Hey there, it's day 22 of the Technovangelist vlog. Today I want to talk about Solo, container security, modified hot corners, and TTL and encryption at rest in DynamoDB on AWS. So today, day 22, it is May 25th, 2018. And last night I went to see Solo at the movie. And it was fantastic. I really enjoyed Solo. It was so much fun. It was also fun because it was, sponsored by our company, and we had a lot of customers and partners, and it was just a lot of fun. So the main star of the movie plays Harrison Ford's character of Han Solo, and it was incredible. It felt like he was a younger Harrison Ford delivering this role. It felt like it was Harrison Ford before his acting career and before his carpenter career. If he had played the prequel to all of it, this would be him. And so it came off really well. I came away from the movie wanting to learn more about all the other characters in the movie. It was really, really fun. Next, containers, security, and echo chambers. That's the title of an article by Jessie Frazelle. I found out about it via changelog. Jessie works for Microsoft, but has previously worked for Docker. And it's an article about the fact that Docker is secure by default. It does have security built in by default. There were some changes made a few years ago. There's pieces of that in Kubernetes as well. And there's this perception that you need extra components on top of Docker in order to make it secure. And maybe that's not the case. Now, I'm definitely not an expert in security on Docker, but we have many people at our company who are, and I need to get better at understanding this stuff myself, because sometimes I have to talk about it. So it makes sense to get better at security and Docker. And I think this is probably a good place to start. If you're not familiar with security on Docker, definitely maybe start here and dig into some of the articles that are mentioned in this one. Cool. Next one, a little bit lighter, is how to tame macOS hot corners. So the idea of a hot corner is you move up to a corner and it does something. So I think on my Mac, if I go up here, yep, I see all the windows that are currently open. So I get to see that Audio Hijack and Google Drive and my browser on my YouTube channel and some other things, my notes, they're all here. But I want to bring back this one. And that's really annoying because usually that comes up at the worst possible time. I'm trying to get over to something and boom, I see all my windows. And this suggestion is actually kind of magic. When you choose whatever you want from a dropdown, just click down your modifier, the command key, control key, option key, or a combination of some of them. I don't know if it'll do I've remapped caps lock to be command, option, control, shift. I don't know if you can have that many, but this is great. This is solving a problem I actually have versus the old MagSafe cord, which solved a problem I never ever experienced. So anyway, I really love the hot corners with modifier keys. Next thing is encryption at rest in DynamoDB. So with DynamoDB is a database on AWS. I'm using it personally for a few different projects. And this is a way to get it so that the way it's stored is encrypted, but as soon as a authorized user has access to it via IAM roles or whatever, that's my case, it's via IAM roles, then I can see it before it was encrypted. So I see all the stuff as is. So I don't really have to change the way I develop against it. I just enable this encryption at rest, and it's encrypted, but as far as I'm concerned, it's not. So it's very easy to work with. So that's really great. In order to enable that, you need to have a block in your CloudFormation for SSE specification. And then in there, have an SSE enabled true. And then the second option I've had to set is a time to live specification. So in your CloudFormation, have a time to live specification block. And in there, you define a attribute name. So this is the name of an attribute that's going to contain a timestamp, and then whether you want to enable it or not. And so the way it works is when you create that item in DynamoDB, you specify a timestamp of when you want it to expire, whether it's 2 hours in the future, 2 weeks in the future, whatever that time is. And then when that time comes, when the time now is later than the timestamp in that attribute, then it will delete that item. Now, it does note that you should also include the timestamp in your filters. So when you're doing a search for content that meets some criteria, also include that time to live specification attribute in your queries to make sure that you don't include things that should be expired. Because while it will expire them, it will delete them, it might not do them right away. In fact, it mentions a time period of about 48 hours that it might live before it finally gets deleted. So it's not quite as magical as I was hoping it would be, but it definitely is a help, and I will also be filtering based on that attribute, just for my purposes. And that's it. That's the end of day 22. Thanks so much for watching. And if you find this video interesting, click subscribe. You can click the button below, which is a pretty easy thing to do, or you can click that thing, that beautiful circle. It's right there. Can you see it? It's right there. It's this beautiful circle that allows you, if you click that beautiful circle, you're going to subscribe to this channel. Oh, it's so pretty. Click it. Go ahead. Click it. Come on, you can do it. Click. Click. Click, 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 click. Cool. Okay, bye.